today, but just nice and slow and deep. So let's go ahead and get started just in a comfortable seat. So find your way to your mat, sit down, maybe wiggle a little bit, stretch a little bit, move around. And then as you're ready, just settle into stillness. So eventually find your seat, nice and tall through your spine, long through the back of your neck, and then close your eyes. You can rest your hands in your lap, you can bring your hands to your heart, you can even bring one hand to your heart space, one hand to your belly if you'd like. And then just take these first couple moments in stillness to simply notice, feel, and observe. So notice how your body feels. Notice how your breath feels, maybe just the natural rhythm of your breath right now, the subtle expansion and contraction. And then you can even kind of notice where your thoughts are, where your mind is. So sometimes I feel like my mind is really going into the future, really thinking about what I have to do today. And then sometimes I feel like my mind can be a little more present. So we're just noticing. We're not trying to change or fix or control, but just taking in information, observation without judgment. And then let's start to bring more awareness and a little more power into our breath. So next time you breathe in, fill up as big as you can, very intentionally. Maybe you sit up a little bit taller. Take up a little more space. Exhale, big open mouth sigh. Ha. Let it go. Do that 2 more times. So inhale, fill up. Hold in fullness. And at the top, sip in just a little bit more. Nice. Hi, Christine. Welcome. Exhale, open mouth sigh. Let it go. Last time, so biggest inhale of your Tuesday morning. Take a moment to feel this breath, this prana, this life force inside of you. Fill up all the little tiny spaces. And then when you're ready, open mouth sigh, breathe it out, let it go. Ah. All right, my friends, Ujjayi breath now. So in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. And today we're going to incorporate a little bit of movement here. So just with your own breath, each time you inhale, reach your arms out to both sides, palms face up, and then all the way up, palms come together at the top. As you exhale, reach your arms out to both sides, palms face towards the ground, and then arms return down by your side. So back and forth, inhale, reach out, around, and up. And exhale, reach out, around, and down. So a few rounds just like this. Keep your spine as tall and as long as possible. And then as you mindfully take your arms up and down, focus on your wingspan. So each time you're reaching out to both sides, think of pulling yourself in opposite directions. As you reach your arms up to the sky, see if you can keep your spine nice and long. So rather than rounding your back as you reach up or even pressing your ribs really far forward, nice and neutral. So bringing a lot of awareness just into this simple movement. And I'm keeping my eyes closed. You can open yours to a soft gaze if you want to. Take just a couple more rounds. So feeling that length in your arms, in your spine, and then even in between your shoulders. So through your chest, through your collarbones as you extend your arms out to the sides. Finish the round you're on. And then slowly we'll find our way into downward facing dog. So you can take lots of time. You can give yourself a couple of breaths in tabletop, hands and knees, maybe explore a little bit, take a couple cat-cows, take a couple hip circles. So just mindful and intuitive movement for a moment. And in about your next 4 or 5 rounds of breath, we'll meet up in down dog. So your own exploration to get there. So just notice whatever there is to notice, feel whatever there is to feel. And then when you're ready, downward facing dog is where we will all meet up. And once you are back in your down dog, no rush. Basically, just do the same thing. Explore it. Pedal out your heel, shift your weight around. See if you can find more length from your fingertips up to your sit bones. Maybe work the length in the backs of your legs, or maybe you want to keep a big bend in your knees. Sometimes I like to take my feet all the way out to the width of my mat. Sometimes I like to bring my big toes to touch. So lots of ways you can explore. Maybe even close your eyes in your down dog and just feel from the inside. So let go of thinking your way through every single pose and allow your body to feel from the inside. Let your breath move through you. So big, spacious inhales and long, strong exhales all the way to emptiness. Take a couple more breaths in your dog pose. All right, my friends, let's take our last inhale here. See if you can lift your sit bones just a little bit higher. Press down through your hands. And then exhale, look to the top of your mat. Step, tiptoe, or hop, forward fold. So pause in your forward fold, top of your yoga mat. Feet hips width distance apart, or maybe even just a little bit wider. All 10 toes face directly forward. And if you want to, you can grab opposite elbows. You might bring your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers, or you can explore in your own way. So you might even walk your hands over to one side and then the other. You can bring your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers behind your back if you want to, kind of working through the fronts of your shoulders, stretching into the fronts of your shoulders. So your forward fold, wherever you want to take it, and you've got about 2 or 3 more deep breaths. Notice where you're holding the weight in your feet and make sure you're not rocking back into your heels. You're not locking out your knees. Weight is slightly forward. You can have a little or even a big bend in your knees. Focus on lifting your butt, your sit bones towards the sky. Feel your belly button pulling in up towards your spine, and maybe you dive just a little bit deeper. Crown of your head gets closer to the ground. Next time you inhale, halfway lift. So get all the rounding out of your back as you breathe in. Exhale, release, let it go. Butt towards the sky, head towards the ground. Again, halfway lift. So lots of length, your butt sticks out behind you, top of your head reaches straight forward now, lots of length. Exhale, release. Inhale, come up to your halfway lift, bring your hands to your hips, and as you exhale, just unhinge at your hips so you're leading with your heart to rise. Inhale, take your arms to the sky, stretch tall, high mountain pose. You can bring your feet in a little bit closer if that's the way you prefer them. Exhale, hands to your hearts. All right, my friends, we're gonna flow. Inhale, arms to the sky, big full body stretch. Add a little baby back bend. So exhale, cactus your arms, lift your heart. It doesn't have to be great big. Inhale, re-extend your arms and realign your spine. Exhale, slow dive down. So hinge at your hips, stick your butt out behind you. Heart takes you all the way down. As you breathe in, halfway lift, Arta Uttanasana. And exhale, let it go, refold. Root through your feet, Let's rise. So come through your halfway lift just like we did before. Inhale, reach up, stretch tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more round like that, flowing with breath, moving meditation. Reach up, inhale. Exhale, slow swan dive, traction out your spine. Let it go at the bottom. Breathe in, find length. And breathe out, fold. Press into your feet, lead with your heart, take it all the way up. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, my friends, inhale, arms to the sky. And then we're gonna pause here. We're moving into a balancing pose. So right foot roots down, float your left knee up. So standing staff. Flex through your left toes and hug in with your inner thighs. So take a moment to find your balance here. Focus your gaze. And then as slow as you can, low lunge. So slowly with control. See if you can get your fingers and your left toes to touch the ground at the same time. Left foot steps to the back of your mat, hands to the ground. Go back and forth about 3 to 5 rounds through those two movements. So inhale, standing staff, rise up, and exhale, low lunge. Again, try to get fingers and toes to touch at the exact same time, moving slowly with awareness. Really press down into your right foot as you rise. Really stay connected to your center as you take it down into your low lunge. Take a couple more rounds. You can plug in your breath in whatever way makes most sense to you. So if you want to take 2 breaths to one movement or whatever works for you, that's totally fine. Feel that heat start to build in your right leg and your right hip especially. That's what we're going for. Next time you land in your low lunge, stay there. And then bring both of your hands to the inside of your right foot. Walk your right foot all the way out to the width of your mat and even a little bit forward. So we're getting right into our hips today. You can choose to keep your back knee lifted, or I'm going to bring my back knee down for a little less intensity. It's up to you. Without letting your hips drop down, so imagine there's a string attached to your tailbone and it's pulling up towards the sky. Now see if you can start to lower your upper body towards the ground. Try not to lean over to the left. So if you just lean way over to the left, the pose collapses. So keep pushing your weight slightly over to the right and slightly forward. If your right knee is in front of your ankle, then walk your right foot towards the top edge of your mat a little bit more. Big deep breaths. Keep lifting through your butt so you're not sinking your hips down. Butt is lifting up and then heart moves towards the ground. If you want to spin your right toes out to the right a little bit or even roll onto the outer edge of your right foot, that's fine with me. Take about 3 more breaths here. Exhale out your mouth at any time. Good job, my friends. Last round. And then rise back up to your hands. Walk your right foot back to midline so you're framing it. And if your back knee is on the ground, go ahead and lift it up. Let's take it back to a plank pose. So right foot steps back, high plank position. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, lower just halfway down. Strong arms, strong belly. Inhale, press back up. So slow motion push up one more time. Exhale, halfway down. Come to your knees if you want to modify. Inhale, press back up, and then as slow as you can go, exhale all the way to your belly. All right, Spiderman Cobra. So bring your hands out nice and wide, lift to your fingertips, elbows face the sky, lift your chest. And you probably won't go quite as high as you can. We're gonna bend our right knee and roll over onto the outside of your left hip. So you might need to bring your chest down just a little bit. And then see if you can let your left shoulder move closer to the ground. Keep pressing into all 10 fingertips and maybe start to reach your right toes up towards your left hand behind you. Breathe down into your belly. Feel that stretch in your left shoulder. Breathe into that as well. One more great big breath. End of your exhale, let it go. And I promise we'll get the other side in just a minute. So release it down, press up to hands and knees, tabletop position. From your hands and your knees, we're gonna go straight into a modified side plank. So pivot on your right knee, right foot to the outside of your mat, left leg extends back, and then left arm to the sky. Open it up. Squeeze through your outer glutes, your outer right glute specifically, and press your hips forward. Now reach your left arm towards the top edge or past the top edge of your yoga mat. If you want to, you can stay here with your left foot down and use that as leverage to lengthen your left side body. Otherwise, left foot floats up, make your left leg strong. Stay here, or final option, move into your bind. Bend your left knee, reach back, grab hold of your foot, kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot, and see if you can rotate your heart to look up at the sky. Breathe down into your belly, big spacious breaths. Wherever you're at, about 2 more rounds. Good work. End of your next exhale. Let it go. So slowly release. Come back to hands and knees. And then from your hands and your knees, extend your right leg straight out to the right, like you're in a wide-legged straddle position or a half wide-legged straddle position. Right toes face directly forward. So this is what it looks like from straight on. All right. From here, left arm reaches out to the left all the way up to the sky. Big inhale. Exhale, thread your left arm through. So reach through like you're trying to grab hold of your right big toe with your peace fingers. Maybe some of you can, and that can be the variation you take if you'd like. It's a bind, so go for it if it's in your practice. Otherwise, wherever you want to take it, maybe your right arm wraps behind you. Maybe you press your right fingertips into the ground. Gaze underneath your right armpit. Big breaths into your back body, upper back, mid back, low back. Exhale all the way to empty. Feel your navel draw towards your spine as you empty out. Take about 3 more rounds. Slow, spacious breaths. Good job, my friends. If you do happen to have your right hand lifted, bring your right hand back to the ground. And then with your next inhalation, unthread your left arm. Reach it all the way up, open up, gaze up. Exhale, set your left hand down. And then pick up your right foot and extend it straight back behind you. Tuck your left toes under. See if you can press from here up and back to a 3-legged down dog. So tuck your toes, lift that left knee, and then lift your hips, right leg to the sky. Take a great big inhale into your 3-legged dog. And then exhale, right knee, left elbow, or as close as you can come. Inhale, 3-legged dog, stretch it out. Exhale, right knee, right armpit. So get as high as you can on your right arm. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Now listen, open up your right hip, so bend your right knee, squeeze your outer right butt cheek, stay here, or option to flip it. So left tiptoes come down behind you, right arm lifts and reaches forward, heart reaches forward, press your hips towards the sky. Breathe out into your belly, really press down through your left palm. Press down through your feet. Take 1 more great big huge breath wherever you're at. End of your exhalation, regular down dog, everybody. So both hands, both feet on the ground. And just walk it out, stretch it out. Ujjayi breath, slow and steady, powerful and vibrant. Let's take a great big inhale. Exhale, gaze to the top of your mat, step, tiptoe, or hop, forward fold. Halfway lift with your in-breath. Lengthen it out. Exhale, fold. Let it go. Root through your feet. Reverse swan dive all the way to stand. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, inhale, arms to the sky. Pause here. Left foot is your base. Right knee floats up for standing staff. So hug in with your inner thighs. Flex your right toes. Stand tall. Focus your gaze on something in front of you that's not moving. So once you've kind of found your balance here, then you can start to move between those two poses. So on an exhale, low lunge, right toes all the way to the back of your mat. Fingertips come to the ground at the same time as your toes. And then rise back up to your standing staff. Really press firmly into your left foot as you rise. Go back and forth. Few more times, moving at your own pace. Plugging your breath in however it makes most sense to you. Slowly and mindfully. Really press down through your left foot each time you rise. Stay connected to your center each time you take it back into your low lunge. Couple more rounds. Slow, no hurry. So feel that heat start to build in your left leg and your left hip. That's what we're going for. Finish the round you are on. Meet up in a low lunge position. So eventually right toes to the back of your mat, hands to the ground. Once you're there, we're going to move into our hip opener. So hands to the inside of your left foot. Walk your left foot all the way out to the width of your mat and even a little bit forward. Back knee can stay lifted or back knee can come down for less intensity. It's up to you. And then slowly start to work your upper body closer to the ground without sinking your hips. So imagine you've got a rope attached to your tailbone. It's pulling up and it's tugging slightly back. Rather than collapsing all of your weight over to the right, which I know is so tempting, try to press your weight to the left and even slightly forward. If your left knee is in front of your ankle, then walk your left foot closer to the top edge of your mat. You can spin your left toes out to the left, roll onto the outer edge of your left foot if you'd like. Just keep your ankle really strong. Take about 3 more big, spacious breaths. Soften your face. Unclench your jaw and send your breath into your left hip. Last breath if you want to. Exhale out your mouth. And then ease your way back up onto your hands. Walk your left foot back to midline so you're framing it. If your back knee is on the ground, tuck your toes, lift your back knee up, plank position. So left foot steps back next to right. Inhale at the top of your push-up. And again, exhale halfway down, chaturanga hold. Strong arms, strong belly. Inhale, press back up. Come to your knees if you'd like to modify. Exhale halfway down. Don't let your belly drop. Inhale, press up. And then slow as you can go. Exhale takes you all the way down. Spiderman Cobra. Hands come out nice and wide. Lift to your fingertips. Elbows face the sky and then lift your chest. And if you take it up really high, you might need to lower down just a bit. We're going to bend our left knee. Press into your left fingertips. Roll onto the outside of your right hip. So find that scorpion tail with your left leg. And let your right shoulder kind of dip down. Breathe. Big, spacious breaths. So feel that stretch in the front of your right shoulder. Move towards it. Breathe down into your belly. About 2 more rounds. Good job. End of your next exhale. Let it go. Come down to your belly. And then bring your hands to frame your mid-ribs, press up to hands and knees, tabletop position. From here, we'll go straight to our modified side plank. So pivot on your left knee, left foot to the outside of your mat, right leg reaches back, and then right arm to the sky. Squeeze your outer left butt cheek, press your hips forward so you don't want to stick your butt out behind you. Take your right arm forward towards the top edge of your mat, past the top edge of your mat. You can stay here, press your right foot down, and use that as leverage to really lengthen through your right side body. If you want to stay here, perfect. Otherwise, pick up your right foot, make your right leg strong, powerful. Stay here, or final option, bend your right knee, reach back, grab hold of your right foot. Kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot, and let your heart rotate open towards the sky. Gaze up. Let your heart follow. 2 more rounds wherever you're at. Nice work, my friends. End of your next exhale. Nice and easy. Let it go. Slowly with control. And then come back to your hands and your knees. Take your left leg out to the left, half wide-legged straddle position. Left toes face directly forward. Now, right arm reaches out to the right and up towards the sky. Big inhale. Exhale, thread your right arm underneath you. So reach, 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 then come down to rest outside of your shoulder, outside of your head. Big deep breaths. Anywhere you want to take this, just make sure your breath comes with you. Breathe into your upper back, mid back, and low back. Exhale all the way to empty every single time. Notice whatever there is to notice. And then see if there's a way you can adjust to be more efficient in your body or to get more out of the pose. So little tiny adjustments. Take one last round here. And then if you do happen to have your left hand lifted, bring your left hand back to the ground. Next time you inhale, unthread your right arm and reach it all the way up, 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 up. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, right hand comes down. Pick up your left foot and extend your left leg straight back behind you now. Tuck your right toes under. And from here, we're going back into a 3-legged dog. So press into your hands. Use the strength in your core to lift your hips up and back. Left leg extends. 3-legged down dog. Big inhale. Lengthen. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Take it back up. Exhale, left knee, left armpit. So as high as you can get on your left arm. Inhale, take it back up. Exhale, open up your hips, so bend your left knee, squeeze your outer left butt cheek. Great place to stay. This is a really nice hip stretch. Or option to flip your dog. Step your left foot down behind you. Reach your left arm forward. Reach your heart forward. Press your hips up. Breathe down into your belly. Press down firmly through your right hand. And see if you can open your heart just a little more. Give it one more round. End of your exhale, regular downward facing dog. And just walk it out. All right, my friends, take one more inhale into your down dog. Now listen, exhale. Start to crawl your hands to the back of your mat until you find yourself in a forward fold. Once you are there, just take a moment, let your head hang, maybe shake your head yes or no. On an inhalation, halfway lift, spinal extension. Exhale, fold, let it go. Root through your feet, and let's take it all the way up to stand. Inhale, stretch your arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. All right, we're gonna play with balance here now. So inhale, arms reach up, right foot roots down, and then left heel towards your left butt cheek. So just bend your left knee, left heel towards your left butt cheek. Reach your left hand back, grab the outer edge of your foot, and if you want to, this can be where you stay. This is your balance. You get that nice quad stretch. If you'd like to take it further, move your left hand to the inner edge of your left foot, so the big toe edge. Try to keep your hips square, and then slowly hinge at your hips, moving into dancer pose. As you hinge at your hips, kick your foot into your hand, pull your hand back into your foot. And then once you've hinged forward as far as you can go, see if you can lift your chest just a little bit. Do a little baby cobra with your heart. Dancer pose, 2 more rounds. And if you're falling in and out, no big deal. That's part of your practice. If you want to use a wall, please feel free. Kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Good job, my friends. Now listen, as slow as you can, we're moving into standing splits. Release your left leg, fingertips to the ground, and then left leg towards the sky. Relax your neck, let your head be heavy. Take one more big inhale here. And then as you exhale, Shiva squat. So bring your left knee into the back of your right knee. Both knees bend. Get small. Inhale, standing splits. Left leg lifts. 2 more like that. Exhale, Shiva squat. Left knee into the back of your right knee. Both knees bend. Nose towards your knees. Inhale, standing split. Spread your left toes. One last time, Shiva squat. Exhale. Empty out. Inhale, lengthen, standing splits, left leg high. Exhale, set your left foot down next to right at the back of your mat, forward fold. You can give your right leg a little shake out if you want to. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and crawl your hands to the top of your mat until you're in a plank position. So shoulders over wrists, hips level with your shoulders. We're coming into side plank, full side plank. So right hand is your base. Roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot. Feet can be stacked or staggered. Lift your hips super high. Reach your left arm forward past the top edge of your mat. Lengthen your left side. Maybe float your left leg up. See if you can lift your hips even higher. Take about 2 more breaths. Soften your face, unclench your jaw, press down with your right hand, lift through your hips. 1 more inhale. Exhale, plank or modified plank. Take an inhale at the top to prepare. Exhale to slowly lower down. Inhale, heart lifts, back bend of your choice this time. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take it back. All right, my friends, listen carefully. Inhale your right leg to the sky. And then as you exhale, right knee to your nose, so curl in, hollow out, step your right foot forward, low lunge. All right, we're gonna take it into a revolve lunge. So left hand on the ground, right arm to the sky. Keep your inner thighs hugging in. Right hip wants to pull back, but keep hugging your right knee towards your left armpit. Twist from your belly button, twist from your center. Take about 2 more deep breaths. If there's a variation you want to move into, you're more than welcome to. Nice work, my friends. Very end of your next exhale. Let it go. Move into a wide-legged forward fold. So hands all the way over to the left side of your mat. Parallel your feet and straighten out your legs. Inhale to a halfway lift position. And exhale, let it go. Take it anywhere you'd like for about 4 or 5 deep breaths. So your pose, your expression, you're welcome to move or you're welcome to just be still. Make sure your breath is right there with you wherever you choose to go. Notice, feel, and observe. So just those little teeny tiny sensations, notice them, and then maybe make those little teeny tiny adjustments. Take one more round. Next time you inhale, find your halfway lift. And then walk your hands forward, rotate just your right toes forward. So we're moving into half moon, you guys. I'm gonna start to kind of inch my back foot forward. So my right toes are facing forward, and I'm just gonna kind of inch my back foot forward, reach my right hand out in front of me, and then left leg eventually floats up. Left hand to left hip, or left arm to the sky, half moon, Arta Chandrasana. I know for some people this pose is really hard, for others it feels a little more natural. So whatever you are experiencing, be there. If you're falling in and out, meet yourself there. Left leg strong and powerful. Open through your heart, your shoulders, your hips. If you want to move into the bind, go for it. You've got about 2 more breaths. Find your fullest expression. Nice work, my friends. End of your exhalation. Slowly release, forward fold at the top of your yoga mat. Set your left foot down. Again, you can give your right leg a little shake out. Halfway lift on an inhale, lengthen it out. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank, move through your vinyasa however you would like. You can take a couple push-ups. You can give yourself an extra couple breaths in your back bend. Maybe pause for a moment in child's pose. And eventually downward facing dog. Once you're back in down dog, just take a moment. Notice, how does my right side feel compared to my left side? My right leg compared to my left leg? Where is my breath? Bring it back, fire it up. Let's take one more inhale. And then exhale, walk your hands to the back of your mat. Find yourself in a forward fold there. Once you have arrived, halfway lift, breathe in. And exhale, fold, bow, empty out. Root through your feet. Let's take it all the way up. Inhale, arms stretch, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, we've got our dancer pose on the left side. So reach your arms up, root into your left foot. If you need to adjust your legs, I like to bring my left foot like right down underneath me. So feel free to move your feet around if necessary, and then right knee bends, right heel towards your right butt cheek. Reach your right hand back, grab the outer edge of your foot. If you want to, this is your pose, this is where you stay. Otherwise, move your right hand to the inner edge of your right foot, big toe edge. Try to keep your knees, for now, next to each other, like they're kissing each other or flirting with each other. Now, slowly begin to hinge at your hips. Keep a little bend in your standing leg. Hips as square as possible as you hinge forward, and then kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Once you feel like you've gone as far as you can go, see if you can add a little baby cobra to your heart. Gaze slightly forward, bottom tips of shoulder blades squeeze. Couple more breaths. No big deal if you're falling in and out of it. It's part of your practice. As slowly, with as much control as possible, standing split. So you're going to release your right leg, fingertips to the ground, and right leg to the sky. Great big inhale, crown of your head towards the ground, right foot reaches. Exhale, Shiva squat. Right knee tucks in the back of left knee. Right inner heel to your right outer glutes. Inhale, standing splits, right leg lifts. Exhale, Shiva squat. Empty out. Inhale, standing splits. See if you can reach your right leg even higher. This is your last one. Exhale, Shiva squat. Get small. Right knee tucks in the back of your left knee. Inhale, standing splits, right leg lifts. And exhale, set your right foot down next to left, forward fold. Give your left leg a little shake out. Inhale, spinal extension. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your hands forward until you're in a plank position. So wrists under shoulders, hips level with your shoulders. Left hand is your base this time. Roll onto the baby toe edge of your left foot, right arm to the sky. Lift through your hips to get out of your wrist and your shoulder. Take your right arm forward, stretch your right side body. Stay here or float your right leg up. Lift your hips even higher. Breathe big and strong. Soften through your face. Couple more rounds. Press down through your left hand. Feel the strength in your left side abdominals. Take one more big inhale. Maybe lift your right leg a little higher. Exhale, plank or modified plank. Take an inhale at the top. Exhale, slowly lower down. Back bend of your choice as you breathe in. And with your exhale, downward facing dog, take it back. All right, inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, left knee to your nose. So scoop out your belly, hollow out. Softly step your left foot through, low lunge. All right, twisted lunge or revolved lunge. So right hand's gonna stay down, left arm to the sky. Squeeze through your inner thighs. Keep your back leg strong and powerful. Twist from your center, right from your belly button. If there's a variation you want to move into, please feel free. You have about 2 more deep breaths. Good work. End of your second exhale. Unwind, wide-legged straddle. So parallel your feet, all 10 toes face towards the right side of your mat. Straighten out your legs, halfway lift on an in-breath. Exhale wherever you want to take it, 4 or 5 rounds. Big, spacious breaths. If your mind wanders off, just notice that and come back over and over again. Feel into your body, reconnect with your breath. Let's take one last round here. And then next time you inhale, halfway lift, fingertips on the ground. Now you're gonna crawl your hands forward, rotate your left toes to face directly forward. And we're moving into our half moon. So I'm just gonna kind of start to scoot my back foot forward. So I'm kind of hopping my back foot forward just a few inches as I reach my left hand out in front of me. And then my right leg just floats up. Right hand to your right hip or right arm to the sky. Shoulders open, chest open, hips open. You can stay here or move into your bind. Bend your right knee, reach back, grab hold of your foot. Kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot wherever you're at. Couple more rounds. If your right leg is extended, make it stronger and more powerful. Press back with your right foot. Maybe lift a little higher. Take one more inhale. If you're holding onto your right foot, release and re-extend. Exhale, forward fold, top of your mat. And give your left leg a nice little shake out. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank, vinyasa your way. Okie dokie, my friends. We're going to move into our hips again. So We've done all of that nice kind of warming up through our legs. Our muscles are nice and warm. So now we're really going to stretch them out. Inhale, take your right leg to the sky. Exhale, pigeon pose, right shin forward. So set your body down gently. Right knee towards the outer right edge of your mat. Pull your right hip back and slightly up. So we want to plug the femur bone into the socket. And then as you're pulling your right hip back, start to hinge at your hips, reach your heart as far forward as you can. And then bow, humble pigeon. Back toes can stay tucked to keep the pose just a little more active, or untuck them. Just make sure your ankle doesn't twist or sickle. So your toes go straight back from your heel and your ankle. There's still awareness even in your back foot. Big spacious breaths. So we did work our outer hips today quite a bit, those medial glutes, our piriformis. So now we're just gonna stretch it out, let that muscle soften and relax. So big spacious exhales to let go and soften. You can exhale out your mouth at any time. We'll be here for about 5 more rounds. Just move your breath down into your outer right hip. Last couple rounds here. Biggest, deepest breaths you've taken all morning. End of your next exhale. Slowly lift your upper body. Plant your hands, spread your fingers, tuck your back toes under, and then 3-legged down dog. So take your right leg back and up, gently shake it out. And then eventually bend your right knee, heel towards your right butt cheek, flex your toes, and then draw some big circles with your right knee through space. Imagine you've got a rolled up washcloth behind your knee and you're trying to squeeze it and wring it out. So you're squeezing through the back of your knee. Reverse your circles. Everything else, every other part of your body is still and quiet. So you're using your stabilizer muscles to keep everything else nice and still. All right, finish the round you're on. Take one more great big circle and then extend your right leg super high. Big inhale. Straight to down dog, or exhale, come forward, 3-legged plank, regular plank, or modified lower down chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, lift your hips, take it back, downward facing dog, everybody. All right, left leg to the sky, breathe in. And with your exhale, pigeon pose, left shin comes forward and body comes down gently. Left knee towards the outer left edge of your mat, left hip pulls back. And as you pull your left hip back, heart reaches forward. Bow forward, humble pigeon. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, scoot your back knee back further at any time. Big, spacious breaths. Visualize your breath moving down into your left hip. You've got about 3 more rounds, 3 or 4. Last big breath, biggest breath you've taken all morning. Slowly begin to ease your way back up. And then with your hands planted, fingers spread nice and wide, tuck your back toes under, 3-legged down dog, left leg to the sky, gently shake it out. Bend your left knee, heel towards your butt, squeeze your invisible rolled up washcloth behind your left knee and draw your big circles. Every other part of your body stays very still. Flex your toes, squeeze through the back of your knee. Slower, goes a little bit deeper, so you are in no rush. Reverse your circles. Fullest range of motion you can find. All right, and then extend your left leg straight back and up, hips square. Big inhale to lengthen. Exhale straight to down dog, or exhale come forward, your variation of plank to chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, one last downward facing dog. Take it back, stretch it out. If you're done with down dog, child's pose is perfectly fine. Take about 2 more breaths where you're at. End of your second exhale, tabletop position. Transition into a seated position. We're going to take a wide-legged forward fold before we go down onto our backs. So you can face whatever direction you want to. I like sometimes facing the long edge of my mat so that my feet can be on my mat and have a little more padding for my heels. If sitting in this position, you guys, is really, really hard for you, I recommend one of 2 things. Either to come to a wall and set your back up against the wall so it really helps you sit up tall. Or grab a pillow or a couple of blankets and bring it underneath your sit bones. So what we want to happen, you guys, I'm just going to show you. We want your pelvis to tilt forward. So in your wide-legged straddle, when you're folding forward, you want your butt reaching back. What a lot of times happens is people can't sit up tall, so they're already kind of rolling their butt under, and then they're just trying to reach forward like this. Nothing good is going to come of this. So you want to get to a place where you can tilt your pelvis forward, reach your butt back, and then you're just hinging at your hips. So take any little necessary means of setting up. Grab a pillow, blanket, something to sit up on, or move to a wall. Take your legs out as wide as you can. Flex your toes back and active towards your shins. Press down through the backs of your heels so much that you feel the front of your thighs, your quad muscles fire. If your practice is just sitting up tall today, perfect. And I don't mean to say just. If your practice is sitting up tall today, perfect. If you want to go a little further, if your body feels ready, think of reaching your butt back. So reach your butt back, reach your heart forward, and then fold. Then relax into your fold. Your upper back can round, your neck can relax. I just like my hands on the ground in front of me usually. If you want to bring your hands to the inner edges of your feet, that can give you a little bit of leverage. So as you press your hands into your feet, press your feet back into your hands, lengthen. About 3 or 4 more breaths. Keep pressing down through the backs of your thighs and the backs of your heels. So it's like you're trying to get those muscles on the front of your thighs, your quads, to engage. And it's almost like somebody came and stood on your thighs. So you're pressing the backs of your thighs towards the ground. Last couple rounds. I used to absolutely hate this pose. And after about, I don't know, 7 years, I finally think it feels kind of good. All right, end of your next exhale, just slowly bring it back up. You can roll or reverse swan dive, whatever works for you. All right, my friends, let's take it down onto our backs. I think I actually might end class on time in an hour. Oh my goodness. So come down to your back, hug your knees in, and just gently rock from side to side. Keep your right knee drawn in, extend your left leg forward, set it down. You've got your supine spinal twist, so scoot your hips over to the right just a bit. Right arm reaches out to the right, and then roll over onto your left side. See if you can get your right hip to stack on top of your left, so maneuver your hips around if you need to. Gaze up or over your right shoulder. If there's a different variation of a twist that you would rather take, that's fine with me. About 4 or 5 rounds of breath. Big Buddha belly breath, so each breath moves all the way down, and each exhale all the way to empty. All right, friends, come back to center. So end of your next exhalation, just roll back onto your spine. Half happy baby with your right leg. So adjust your hips. You want them straight down from your shoulders. Left leg stays extended. Sole of your right foot faces the sky. Grab hold. Pull down with your right arm, but press up through your right heel. Flex your toes back. If your chin is tilted way up and you've got a huge curve in the back of your neck here, then bring your left hand behind your head like a little pillow. Use that to lengthen the back of your neck. Good job, my friends. All right, let's switch it out. So release your right leg, take it out next to your left leg. Maybe a full body stretch is in order. If it would feel good, take it. And then eventually left knee towards your belly and slowly transition into your supine twist on this side. So hips scoot over to the left a bit. Left arm reaches out to the left. Gaze up or over your left shoulder. Don't strain your neck. Just let your neck be soft. Let your face be soft. Breathe down into your belly. And then I'll just kind of leave it up to you. So no hurry at all. Take as much time as you want to on this side. When you do feel pretty much even, come back and take your half happy baby with your left leg. And again, no rush. All right, my friends, and then if you want to turn that into a full happy baby, or if there are any more little stretches or poses or movements you want to take to complete your practice, go ahead and take them. And slowly begin transitioning into your final relaxation. As you guys find your way into your Shavasana, I have a reading for you. It's by Melody Beatty. She says, learning compassion, understanding love, and experiencing joy. That is our purpose, our reason for being here. That is our true mission on this planet. Learning compassion may have been difficult because in order to feel compassion for others without judging, we had to go through difficult times ourselves. Times when despite our best efforts, we couldn't help ourselves. Times when despite our searching, we couldn't find the answers. As many say, it is usually our own pain and problems that makes us compassionate. Understanding love may have taken many years, many heartbreaks, and much searching and grasping until we discovered that the key to love was our own heart. Until we discovered that love wasn't exactly what we thought or hoped it would be. Now it's different. Now it's better. Don't give up. Don't stop now. Don't let the residue, the pain from the early parts of your journey stop you from going forward. We first had to learn about compassion and love in order to learn joy. So for these last few moments, just be where you're at. Let your body relax. Let the energy of love just move through you, whatever that feels like. It is you. It is what you are made of. So feel into that. Connect with that. And if you want to, you're welcome to turn your computer off and just drift off into your Shavasana. Close your practice when you are ready. Otherwise, I'll bring you out in just a couple minutes. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. Start to bring gentle movement back into your body. And as you're ready, roll to either side, fetal position. Take a couple breaths resting on your side body, just curling into yourself. And then use the strength in your arms to guide yourself up into a seat. So right back where we began. Sitting up nice and tall. Close your eyes and gather your hands to your heart. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to show up on your mat, to let me guide you through your practice, and to connect with a deeper part of who you are. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.